Jim, what are your thoughts after that tonight?
Huge sigh of relief, I suppose, James, for everybody involved. You know, all the lads in the dressing room. We're not jumping about the place high-fiving or over-celebrating. You know, we're all relieved to finally get that long-awaited victory. It wasn't particularly pretty in the end. We had to dig deep in the second half. I thought first half we were excellent. You know, deservedly went in front and probably should have had more of an advantage, I felt, at the break. You know, Dundee United didn't really cause us a great deal of problems in the opening 45 minutes, but the second half I thought United were excellent, and I've got to give them credit. I thought, you know, tactically Tam has made one or two changes. They've overloaded the middle of the pitch, yeah, we struggled to manage that at certain moments in the game. But the players done what I know they'll always do, is dig in and manage to stick together. And you know, we, albeit they had plenty of the possession, you know, Jack Anick hasn't had loads of saves to make. You know, the boys in front of him were putting their bodies on the line. They were heading things clear and making important blocks, and when Jack was called upon, he made one or two saves that he had to make. But you know, tonight was never going to be about the performance. Of course we want to win in style and we want to try and entertain our fans, and I thought we did that on occasions in the first 45 minutes, but I thought you saw a team in the second half that you know, just quite simply wasn't used to winning and wasn't used to seeing out games, and there was a little bit of nerves that set in, and I think that's only natural because of the run that we've been on. But great credit to the group, you know, my staff included. It's been a really tough 11 or 12 games. You know, I think we've underachieved greatly. The players agree with that. You know, we haven't got the results I think that the quality of this group should have got, albeit sometimes not down to our own fault, but sometimes a lack of luck at times. But look, tonight's just about the 3 points, and I'm ecstatic for everybody, and particularly, you know, the supporters who have travelled through here in great numbers. I knew they would, but you know, we know it's off the back of an extremely expensive time of year. You know, the festive period you know, is always a costly time for all families, but for the guys who travel through here tonight, it's very appreciative. And you know, they drove the boys on with the last 3 or 4 minutes there. We were really digging deep, and the fans got behind them and they played their part.
Great way for Jay Henderson to have scored his first senior goal. Delighted
for the wee man. You know, he's been excellent in training, and you know, obviously in the first half of the season we were playing with a back three with two wing backs, and you know, it just isn't suitable to the way that Jay plays. You know, we did try him in the Dundee game at wing back, and it didn't quite work out as I hoped it would. He's still very young, he's still learning, but it's not a natural position to him. So obviously we've changed the formation, we've changed the system, we've changed one or two personnel as well, and you know, that 4-2-3-1 shape suits the wee man better. He can play higher up, he's got less defending that he has to do, and he gives us that bit of pace that I've been talking about, that lack of pace that we've had up to now. So his goal was brilliant. You know, his goal is top drawer. You know, if that's one of the top boys down in the English Premier League or wherever, you know, they're doing backflips watching it, because for me I was right behind it when he struck it. But the little 1-2, the little give and go prior to the goal is brilliant, and the strike's fantastic. He hits it so early I don't think Seagrass can get set, and it was a brilliant opening 45 minutes for the wee man. He tired toward the end, as you would imagine, but you know, it's a real collective team effort tonight, and I'm over the moon for everybody.
You talked about the formation there. You've been playing a 3 over the last couple of months. You changed it to the 4. Is that something you think you'll look to go with over the next couple of months?
Yeah, I'm not going to say that we'll never go back to playing with a back 3. I think you've got to, you know, there's certain opposition that maybe might merit going back that way. We might need to make that change during the game, like we did tonight. We had to revert back to a back 5 for the last kind of 7 or 8 minutes of the game, because we were under so much pressure. We needed to try and plug some gaps, and we did that. But no, we just had a look at one or two things. You know, it's on me at the end of the day. You know, we haven't been getting the results, and I take full responsibility for that as manager. You know, I've been playing a system that I believe suits the group. You know, it suits the players that we recruited in the summer, but there's no denying the fact that we haven't been getting the wins. Tonight we go back to a back 4. All the people out there that have been knocking formations will all say, oh, we should have done it sooner. You know, I don't think tonight was all about the system or the formation. I think it was about the the desire and the determination and the willingness of the players on the park. You know, it wasn't a tactical masterclass by me by any stretch. It was all about the individuals out there doing their bit to make sure we got the result we needed.
Just, you've spoke before about the number of draws we've had this season. You mentioned earlier on that you felt we've underachieved. Do you feel tonight was one of those games, maybe in the first part of the season, that we might have drawn, and you're pleased to see that we've managed to see it out?
Yeah, I mean, look, when I say we underachieved the expectations that I have for the group. You know, I think sometimes, and maybe I'm guilty of it myself, and maybe as a club sometimes we're guilty from within, from trying to put out a positive message and trying to be ambitious and trying to, you know, talk ourselves up as a club. You know, there's no getting away from the fact where we are in terms of budget in comparison to a lot of the other teams in the league. You know, that's not an excuse, but, you know, that's a fact. You know, we probably do have one of the lower end budgets in the league. Now, people will say, well, you deserve to be where your budget is. I believe we can over-exceed like we did last season, and that's what we're aiming to do. You know, there's only Celtic, Rangers and Hearts who have lost fewer games than us. You know, we've lost 7 games. The fact of the matter is we've had 10 draws out of the opening 20. Tonight's only our 4th win. So, you know, football's about winning. It's about scoring goals, and we haven't scored enough. Tonight we scored a couple, which was enough to win the game, and hopefully the boys will get plenty of confidence and plenty of self-belief back in themselves and back in the group, and hopefully that will help us kick on at the weekend in what's going to be an extremely difficult, challenging cup tie away to here.
Jim, thanks very much for your time, and well done.
All right, thanks mate.